Microwaves are weird, right? You put your food in there for a little bit, press a couple of buttons, and voila! In 1 minute, your food is heated. Ever wondered how that happens? Well, don't worry, we're here to answer all your questions about microwaves. So quickly press the pause button, go warm up your food, and enjoy it with this video on how microwaves work. First up, the technology behind microwaves. Microwaves are a form of electromagnetic radiation. In other words, they are waves of energy moving through space. These waves are produced inside the microwave oven by a tube called magnetron, which are then emitted into the oven where they are absorbed by the food. These waves cause the water molecules in the food to vibrate rigorously, producing the heat which then cooks or heats up your food. This is the reason why foods rich in water, such as vegetables, are heated at a rate higher than other foods. However, microwaves do not cook the food from the inside out. It's cooked on the outside first, and then the inside is cooked through conduction of heat from the outside. That's why we see memes such as lasagna being burnt on the outside and frozen on the inside. Microwave cooking is more energy and time efficient than regular cooking. Still, many people feel it just does not taste as good as the real thing. So how did it all begin? It may come as a shock to you, but the microwave wasn't invented until 1947. The microwave was invented completely by accident more than 70 years ago, when a Raytheon engineer named Perry Spencer was testing military equipment and suddenly realized his peanut cluster bar had melted. Incredibly curious, Spencer decided to run a test on the equipment. He placed an egg underneath the tube of the equipment, and it exploded all over his face. The next day, he brought popcorn kernels to his office and popped them in order to share them with his colleagues. And well, that's how the microwave was born. Although microwaves hit the market in 1947, just a year after the whole peanut cluster bar fiasco, it wasn't until 1967 they started becoming mainstream in America. By 1975, microwaves had fully caught on and were sold at the rate of almost 1 million units per year. What kind of food should you not microwave? You should pretty much be able to heat any food in the microwave. However, cooking is where it gets tricky. There are certain foods you should be able to easily cook in the microwave oven. Then there's certain foods that might be dangerous to consume after cooking in the microwave. For example, you should not be cooking frozen chicken in the microwave. That's because microwaving frozen chicken brings it into the dangerous zone of 40 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, where the bacteria starts to multiply rapidly, making the chicken unsafe to eat. Another food item you should not be microwaving is grapes. Although grapes are made up of mostly water, they can actually catch on fire when they're microwaved. Videos of grapes igniting have made their way across the internet. Obviously, the people behind these videos are trying to make that happen. Nevertheless, it's still not an advertisement for microwaving grapes. What kind of food should you microwave? Contrary to popular belief, there are several delicious dishes you could be preparing only using a microwave. For example, you can make an amazing omelet by mixing the contents of a raw egg with a few vegetables and spices. Heat the mixture up for 2 to 3 minutes and voila, you now have your delicious omelet. Another thing you could cook for yourself using the microwave is everybody's all-time favorite mac and cheese. Here's how you can prepare the dish. Mix the macaroni, water, and salt into a microwavable mug. Microwave for 2 to 3 minutes, then stir. Add the milk, cheese, salt, and pepper, then stir again. Microwave for another 30 seconds, stir and garnish with a sprinkle of spices of your choice. Microwaves are also great to cook frozen meals, whereas a regular oven might take 45 to 60 minutes to prepare a frozen meal pack, whereas a microwave can finish the job in only 5 to 10 minutes. Are microwaves safe? Ever since microwaves became the norm, there have been claims that it's dangerous. Some people are skeptical of their safety and try to avoid them as much as they can, but then there are some people who vehemently refuse to use them. Although these people are an extreme minority, some people believe that the radiation emitted from microwave ovens may cause cancer or be radioactive. Yet that is not the case at all. According to the World Health Organization, food cooked in a microwave oven does not become radioactive. This cancer myth actually comes from a popular email that's been circulating on the web for years now. Microwaves operate using radio frequency radiation, which is at the low energy end of the electromagnetic spectrum. This type of radiation is around you day and night, whether you use a microwave or not. To be fair, the RF radiation produced by microwave ovens is a lot more concentrated than your everyday variety. But even so, it's safely contained within the unit. It doesn't produce X-rays or gamma rays either, as the American Cancer Society explains. So the worst that could happen from radiation leaking from your microwave may be a burn on your skin. Is that likely to happen though? Not very. This kind of incident can only happen if the microwave has been altered or damaged in some way. So keep your microwave in order and don't keep using it if it's malfunctioned, and you'd have nothing to worry about. But what are the downsides? But wait, it's not all good news. Although microwaving your food does not make it radioactive or toxic, microwaving it in certain containers might certainly make it unhealthy, and it may even release toxic materials into the food. When food is warmed in plastic containers and wrapping, plastic additives called phthalates can break down and enter the food. Phthalates are used to make plastic more flexible and can be found in takeaway containers, plastic wrap, and water bottles. They have been found to interfere with hormones, increase blood pressure, and insulin resistance. Exposure to phthalates have also been linked to asthma, ADHD, and fertility issues. So in short, it's perfectly safe to use a microwave oven to cook or heat your food as long as you're doing that in a safe container, such as glass or ceramic. What actually happens when you microwave metal? So as you all probably know, microwaves and metals aren't exactly best friends. But how does something that safely warms up your food causes metals to explode? What's the science behind it? Well, let's explore what actually happens when you put metal in the microwave. The radiation emitted from the microwave attracts electrons inside the metal, pulling them back and forth, thus generating heat inside the metal. If heat generated is extremely high, it leads to an explosion. In some cases, the metal may catch on fire, although sometimes the heat produced is not significant enough to cause a fire or an explosion. There are some situations where metal in the microwave isn't going to be too dangerous. For example, thick metal heats up slowly, so it isn't likely to create fire. Please do not try this at home. If you've ever had a Hot Pocket, I'm sure by now you're wondering about the metal lining on the sleeve. The lining is actually smooth enough to prevent sparking. Does microwaving food cause nutrient loss? Any and all kinds of cooking leads to nutrient loss. For example, raw broccoli is richer in nutrients than steamed, boiled, fried, or microwaved broccoli. The question is, to what extent is the nutrition depleted? The factors that deplete nutrients in foods during cooking include time, temperature, and the amount of liquid that food's cooked in. The longer you cook, the higher the temperature is, and the more liquid that has been added to the food, the more nutrients are lost during the cooking process. So it turns out microwaving your food could actually retain more nutrients than other forms of cooking due to the shorter cook time and low water requirement. Yeah, what a surprise! Finally, what are some alternatives to microwaves? Since the microwave is a fairly new invention and cooking food has existed, well, almost since forever, there are several alternatives to microwaving food. Our personal favorite is air frying leftover pizza for 5 minutes. It just comes out crispier than a microwave pizza. If you're not satisfied with the results of a microwave, you can always use a toaster oven, a steam oven, a Dutch oven, or the most reliable of them all, a pan. Despite having so many alternatives, the microwave oven still reigns over its competitors because of its convenience and efficiency. They won't be going out of style anytime soon. That's a wrap for this video. What's your favorite food to heat in the microwave? Did we clear up any microwave myths you believed in? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!